This meeting is being recorded.
Namaste. Yesterday we have seen the basics of drawing trend lines. Today also we will continue with the same. How to draw trend lines we have already covered. How to use the trend lines drawn. How to interpret the trend lines drawn on the chart, etc. And some more other topics we will try to cover in this video. I will try to share with you a screen. This screen I have shown to you in the previous video. Here you have seen, as I told you, we will wait for 3 days, either high or low, then connect them. In case of downtrend, we will connect highs. In the case of uptrend, we will connect the lows and see what happens. And I also told you that I will not never lose sight of the prominent low or high made during course of time. So before proceeding further, let us verify to what extent our inference is correct. Here you can see that from this low, trend line is drawn, from this high, another trend line is drawn. And I told you that I always place one horizontal line where they both intersect. And here I am posting it. And for the sake of convenience, I will put this under white color by changing the properties to white, and here you can see white. Now, when this crossing took place here, we do not know what will happen at this place or at this place or at this place or at this place. No way. This took place on what date? If we observe, this took place on 4th January, 4th June 2025, and if you continue towards the right where it happens in future, it was on 25/20/25. Am I right? Yes. Sorry, 39/20/25. So the crossing took place on somewhere in May or June, proved right in the May of September. So like that, the crossing, I always put an intersection over the a horizontal line over the intersection. Like that, I will put other intersections also. Here there is one intersection. Change white. Okay. And here one intersection. Okay. Now you can see from this prominent low, I kept a blue line. I have drawn a blue line touching the high and extended it to right. So for the sake of convenience, I put this in the blue color, and this, whenever two lines drawn from either low or high or when they intersect, that point is very important for me. Here the intersection point is here, and I will draw a line here. See, you can see the result. Now the intersection took place somewhere on 8/8/25, and it made a double top exactly at 23:10, and again on what is this date? And change bands 29:10, and this level acted as very good resistance at this level. And today 2011/25, this level has been crossed. So like that, you can see whenever we draw a line from both the high and low, and when they intersect each other, that intersect point will act as a very good support or resistance in the future. That way, it is very important for us not only to draw trend line, but also to verify the intersecting points, not only here. In future, we will be considering GAN studies where we will draw retracements we will draw fans, GAN fan, we will draw GAN arcs. In that also, when we draw GAN arcs, we will also try to identify points of intersection and how they cross each other. At the point of intersection, the level of the intersection acts as a support or resistance in future, will offer a good ground for us to predict the market in days to come. As you can see, this chart has already become clumsy somewhat. Maybe the newcomer may get confused. That's why I'm not going further here itself. Slowly, we will try to illustrate more and more. But remember one thing, always don't wait till the next top or low, clear top or low is formed, and don't try to connect them. That is my advice, because you will be losing a trading opportunity between these two apart formed lows or highs. Till they are formed, you do not know when it will form, whether it will be next week, next month, next year. Nobody knows for sure. So, as Gan told, always wait for 3 days, either low or high. Then you connect them and you extend them as I have shown, and that will be a good idea. And whenever you can see, I will show you here. Whenever one after drawing one trend line, if the stock moves towards left from the trend line here, like here, it will be a bullish indication. Whenever the stock moves towards right, it will be a bearish indication. You should always keep in mind, first draw a trend line connecting the first three bars, either high or low, either candles or bars, either low or high. Once the, as you can see here, we have drawn a trend line here. Once the candle or bar starts deviating from left towards left of the trend line, as you can see here, this is the trend line we have drawn. This is the candle moving away towards left. That will be a bullish sign, 100% bullish sign. This bullishness will continue for some time. I don't mean to say that it will continue forever, but once it gets deviated towards the left of the trend line, that indicates certain bullishness, undoubtedly, maybe for a shorter term or longer term. That's why Gann always says that once you draw a trend line, wait for the price to come down and settle on the trend line, then buy it. For example, you can see here the trend line is drawn. Once the trend line is drawn, the price actually moved away. So, as per Gann, what we have to do, we have to wait till the price rests here. It rested on the trend line here. Then we have to enter. If we enter here, that will be our profit. Here, this price went up. Till what date? Till this trend line is breached here. That is how we have to do it. Once a trend line is drawn, always wait for the price to rest on the trend line. Then the next day you buy it. That will be safe. You will not be incurring losses. That is what Gann says. And if the price moves towards left away from the trend line you have drawn, remember that it indicates bullishness. If the price moves towards right of the trend line, you can assume that bearishness is setting in. So that is the fundamental principle. If you have metastock with you, you can do one thing. After drawing a trend line, right click on it, then you will get an option to draw a parallel line. You draw a parallel line and extend it. And again you right click on the first parallel line, you will get another option, parallel line. So draw another parallel line. Now you have three parallel lines, either on the low or on the high. When you have three lines on the low, when the price goes away, moves away, wait for the price to touch the first parallel line. That must act as the resistance or support. Then if the price crosses the first parallel line and moves towards the second parallel line, 100% it will be bullish, and it will reach the second parallel line at some point of time, and sometimes it crosses over the second parallel line. The crossover of the second parallel line will confirm that the bullishness is most likely to continue for some time, or probable reversal is very much in offering. So when the price reaches the topmost parallel line or the first parallel line, you must be cautious. It should be resistance point or support point. That is very important issue. Since ME broker do not have that facility, I am not able to draw and show it to you. If you have MetaStack with you, you can experiment with the same. Now we move on to this next topic. Let me clear all these things. Now everything has been cleared. As per GAN, this is a daily chart. Prices like types of charts. Charts are depending on periodicity, majorly of four types: daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly. One should keep at least weekly and monthly charts so that the long term view is known to the investor better than daily charts, because daily charts offer somewhat fluctuations. Weekly and monthly charts do not show those much fluctuations as daily charts would reflect. But nowadays many softwares take, when you opt for weekly charts or monthly charts, many of these softwares calculate them on an average basis. For example, if we take weekly chart of the from the software, it will take 5 days as average, and every 5 days are taken as a week because there are 5 days in a trading week and chart is plotted. But in fact, there may be less than 5 days due to some holidays. This that will not be taken into consideration by the software. That is the flaw. But we cannot sort out the data by sitting for hours together. We have to adapt what the software gives us, even though it is tailor made. To some extent it will be okay because the average has been run over the past so many years, that will somewhat rectify the flaws in the charts. So well, let us convert the same what we are seeing as a daily chart into weekly chart. Here we converted weekly. Now you can see, once we converted this chart from daily to weekly, there are less fluctuations, less ups and downs compared to daily. We can also, and we should also draw trend lines on the weekly charts like this. Right, trend line. I will draw one trend line. I will extend it, right. Right. Next, I will draw another trend line, a well marked one, and I will also extend this. Right, now you can see the intersection here. I will place one horizontal line at the intersection. Now you can see. When, on what date the intersection took place? Somewhere on 27/10/2023. This value acted as a resistance on 27/6/2025. So beautifully this level has been drawn long back, years together. When was this? 23. And this is 25. See. And again, we have another trend line. We will draw another trend line here. I will extend it, right. That's all. Okay. That's how we do it. And also, we will draw one trend line from the top here, like this. like this. So you can see for yourself how good it is to have a weekly chart which gives you a better, I mean, longer view term view than daily charts. And we have also placed trend lines. We have also placed horizontal lines at cross sections, and it how it acted as a resistance or support. One can easily identify and see. And we will move on to next one, monthly charts. Now we are here. Please try to memorize this chart so that we can compare this with the monthly chart. Now we are going for monthly chart. Here it is. Now you can see even lesser fluctuations than weekly chart. And we place the same way the trend lines. Here it is well marked. And I will extend this to right. Right. See, once it is breached, it behaved like this. And again, I will place one trend line here. I will extend this to right. Right. Now you can see there is an intersection. So I place here. Now you can see the result. When the price came to this level, it acted as resistance and prices have come down, and subsequently the prices have rose again, and testing that level, we need to wait and see till the close of this month whether this rise will sustain or not. So this monthly chart will give a longer view than weekly chart. Weekly chart gives longer view than daily chart. So we have now with us three charts. Next important chart is yearly chart. We will keep, please kindly try to memorize this chart so that we can compare this with yearly chart. We will clear all the studies first. Here from monthly to yearly, I am trying. Now you can see lesser and lesser fluctuations you can notice. Oh, in the same way, we can also place the trend lines. Here the base 1, 2, 3. And I will extend this to right. We shall see. Now you can see along this line acted as very good support level. And you can see this another trend line drawn when there is a good deviation from the upper side, I mean left side. Here it is 1, 2, 3. Again, I will extend this to right. Right. Now you can see. And as I told you, they started moving towards left, so it indicates bullishness. So this is the year 2024. It started moving out from 2022 onwards. It started slowly moving towards left. Actually, in fact, it started moving towards left from the year 2014. From 2014 onwards, it started moving left away from the basic trend line, and from 2014 to 2025, the market went up very smartly, and that is the beauty. So these are the basic and important things with the trend lines, trend line drawings. I request you to kindly experiment yourselves with the available software, and because the software is now available easily, please kindly try to get some software and also a data, and please upload data every day, update data every day by subscribing to a data provider, and try to follow all these what are discussed here, so that you can understand things well and apply what you have learned or what you have understood here more easily. So much more from in the next video. Till then, goodbye. Thank you.